Mason, Auburn 247. What's it been like year two, getting back out here, kind of the same feel? How beneficial has that been for you guys?
It's been great. Whenever you start a new offense, you're always thinking about your next move. You're doing a little extra studying. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but you feel a lot more comfortable out there. You get to kind of let loose and play. So it's been great for us. I think it's helped. I know for sure the tight ends, it's helped us be able to just go out there and trust our fundamentals, our instincts. Just go out there and play ball, not so much thinking.
Luke, Brian Schoolborn, AL.com. First of all, love the stats, man.
Thank you.
From there, is it possible for the proverbial chip on the shoulder to get any bigger than it's already been? You guys didn't get rain, season ended the way it was, all stuff in February. Is it possible for that to get even bigger than it already is?
I think so, and I think that's something that we want. That's kind of our identity. If you stay out there and watch practice, you can kind of see we like to be that chippy team that kind of just nobody really expects to be at the top, but we know what we're going to do. We're here every day, and we're grinding from dusk till dawn, and that's how we like it. We don't expect anybody to pick us first, but that makes it all the more sweeter when we come out on top. So I think everybody's working hard, everybody's embracing that, and that's kind of what Coach Harsin has been hitting on. Just embrace who we are, embrace our journey, just embrace the season and everything that comes with it.
Just to follow up, so how do you balance? I mean, listen, you're going to see some of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But how do you balance seeing that stuff versus focusing on what you can control?
Well, if you're asking me personally, I don't get on too much social media that much, but just kind of just taking it day by day, just knowing that within these walls, out there on that practice field, it's our sanctuary. That's where that's where we're going to put our work in. That's what we're going to live and die on, and that's kind of how you got to balance it out. If you look too far into outside sources, you're not focusing as much on what we have here, which is something special that we know about.
Luke, Nathan King, Auburn 247. Brian said that Robbie seems like he's a little more assertive in the offense and this fall as compared to the spring. Just what have you seen from him over these first few days?
Yeah, definitely more assertive. I can tell that he's taken a lot of the load on his shoulders, whether it's good or bad. You can see that he's taking a lot of ownership, which is something you like to see, especially as a offensive lineman or a tight end. Usually you kind of get used to just taking the blame because we don't mind. Nobody's looking at us as much as they're looking at the QB. So that's pretty cool to see him just kind of taking the lead, taking that ownership and assertiveness. Like you said, he's doing a great job, and we all know he can run, so he's fast.
Luke, what have you seen from Morris Joseph? Coach just talked about him and how he's been pretty quick and explosive. What do you see out of him as you try to block that guy?
Well, on film, I see the same things. He's quick now. There are big guys we have on the team. We got Jason and a couple of those guys. You got Kobe, huge. But Morris is he's a little smaller, but man, he's quick. I can tell you I haven't had to block him too many times with the offensive line, man. He's given them a lot of trouble. He really is, because he brings something different, unique, different to the table. And you see a lot of guys in the NFL. Best player in the NFL right now is Aaron Donald, and he's undersized, but he's quicker than everybody, he's stronger than everybody. So you see a lot of good qualities out of Mo, and he's playing really well.
Luke, we heard at the end of spring, particularly from TJ, about Zay Capers and his improvement, and Carson was just in here talking about how he made a great catch today. Just what have you seen from him and kind of his growth? I know he's one of the older players now, like a junior, but what have you seen in his growth?
Well, I remember the first time he stepped on campus. We were inside in the indoor and running routes and stuff. And we're like, wow, he could be really good. So he's definitely making improvements, maturing a lot. You can tell he's a lot more mature, and just got to be able to make those plays he did today, and that's a good sign for us. The more receivers we have out there winning one-on-ones and coming down with the ball, the better it is for everybody.
Johnny Conlon, ABC 3240 in Birmingham. I just want to ask you a question about how excited your teammates are to get the first 5 games of the season at home in front of your fans and just the chance to establish an identity as a team in your own building. Can you just talk about how excited you guys are for that?
It's the best place in the world, so don't have to travel, and you get screaming fans, and it's truly the best environment in college football. And I'm a little biased, but I can comfortably say that. So 5 games, that'll get us rolling. I think that's really important for us to start strong. So we want to start strong and finish even stronger. And I think that'll definitely help.
TomRaynell.com. What have you seen from Camden Brown since he got here this summer?
He's special. He'll be really good. You obviously look at him. He's long. He's strong. He's athletic. But more importantly, he's a good kid. I've gotten to know him pretty well, and he's a great guy. And I mean, he makes some crazy catches. He's an athletic player, athletic wide receiver, big body. Like I said about Zay, we're going to need that down the stretch.
How different does that room look right now as opposed to the one when y'all walked off the field in Birmingham?
Night and day. You can just look at them. I mean, we got a lot more size there,
Yeah.
which is huge. SEC, you need big receivers that can run. But they look a lot more matured. Coach Hilliard's done a great job. You can tell that they trust Coach Hilliard. I know for a fact. I mean, Landon King's in there, and I'm really close with him, obviously, as tight end. So if he likes him, I know he likes him because he comes from a really good coach, and Coach Bedell. We have nothing but good to say about him, and he's got nothing but great to say about Coach Hilliard. So I mean, night and day. I think our receiver room is really maturing a lot. That's a good word for it.
Do you miss Landon a little bit?
I do. We get to see him a good amount. So we get to see him down there lifting, and obviously on the sidelines or on the field. So, but yeah, he's still tight end at heart.
What have you seen out of Robbie Asher this fall?
Like I said earlier, I mean, he's really assertive in the huddle and taking a lot of ownership. He really is. He's maturing a lot in that standpoint, and obviously you can't help but see the speed. I wish I had some of that, but he could afford to give me some if he wanted to. But yeah, he's been really good.
Right from inside the Auburn Tigers and 24/7 Sports. Talk about the summer workouts coming up, the preseason camp. How much did you guys throw and catch with the quarterbacks?
Pretty much every day we could. If we didn't have it set in our schedule, we just kind of did it on our own, and I think that's a big thing when you talk about player-led teams. Because let's be honest, I mean, we have great coaches, but player-led teams is what takes you to the top, and I think that's been great. The tight end and quarterback bond, receiver quarterback bond, running back quarterback bond, just an offensive bond as a whole has been great. And I think throwing sessions in the summer has definitely helped us be more comfortable.
Luke Bennett, trainer from the Montgomery Advertiser. I know there were 1,000 questions last year about that tight end involvement in the passing game becoming a huge part of this offense. Are there any sort of new wrinkles or changes that you guys are looking to make in terms of that involvement this year, or where do you sort of go from there?
Yeah, we just want to build on top of it. I mean, we're not in the hiding anymore, though. People kind of know that we're going to use them, and that's kind of what we want, just try to stop us. We're going to keep building on top of that. We got a great room, deep room. We'll use it all. We're going to obviously make little changes here and there, but at the core, we still want to be the most physical unit on the team, and then obviously, like last year, and we're going to build on top of that, have even more catches.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7. You mentioned the guys that you played with for a while in the tight end room. There are some new additions, Riley Ducker and Hidalgo. What have you seen out of those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're young, and that's one thing that I think our room does a really good job of is teaching young guys the right way, because that's a big deal. We've all been there. We all came in young, really just teaching physicality. I mean, I know Micah, he's got some physicality to him, he's got some fire to him, and we're just teaching them every step of the way, and they're going to be just fine. Like I said, with the leadership in that room, we'll be good.
Luke, you went through this last year with Coach not really naming a starter at quarterback. Does that impact you guys not knowing the first rep guy is going to be going, or are you kind of used to this?
Yeah, it doesn't really impact us. I can tell you from a tight end standpoint, kind of the way our room rolls is we're just going to go out there and play ball. And I think that's kind of the mentality right now. And like we said earlier, I mean, we've built some trust with all those guys. So I think we'll be ready to roll whoever steps on the field. And whoever steps on the field is going to be the best one. And we absolutely know that. So.
Can you
Alright,
talk
last
about
question.
Zach? Didn't get to do much in the spring.
Yeah.
How's he coming along?
Zach's definitely coming along. He's one of the most talented throwers of the football you'll see. I mean, if you go out there and see it, you can see how it comes off of his hand. Again, one of those guys that we've built trust with and working every day to get better. And I've seen nothing but great about him too. I mean, obviously it's tough playing quarterback in the SEC for all those guys. But fall camp is where you figure out who's going to rise to the top and fall back on their habits, their training habits, and I think it'll be fun to see. But he's doing great. He's doing a good job.
That'll do it. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.